Hey guys, this is Alex from SDI Productions, and today I'm going to be taking you through my ready-made sound kit, which I use for small documentaries, TVCs, and corporate. This is a ready-made Pelican 6137, which is quite large, as you can see. And it's just used for, 4 channels of wireless, a ready-made setup that just allows me to rock up on set with everything good to go. So let's walk through it right now. Okay, cool. So here is everything in here. You notice that it's very packed, and the reason is just so that nothing falls out in transport. I really like it this way. I know that a lot of people will not like the fact that there's not much foam, but it just means that I can fit everything that I need in there in just one go. Cool, so let's get into the first thing, obviously my recorder. So I'm rocking a Sound Devices 788T, which I still love. I would honestly not move on from this unless it was something like a Cantor. We've got the expansion, the CL8 expansion here. We have 2 Zaxcom QRX100s with the QIFB. The reason that I have them both on QIFB is just so then I can send an ERX to camera and an ERX to boom without having like an extra Lectrosonics UHF transmitter somewhere on the bag. It's already heavy enough as it is. You can see that here that I'm using NP1 batteries to feed the recorder. And my power distribution right now is from a group called the MacArthur Group, who used to develop cables about 10 years ago. I really love this battery distribution just because it's so simple and just really reliable. Behind there, you can see that I'm using an antenna distribution, which is just taking this SNA antenna here and feeding it across the Zaxcom QRX100s. You'll notice that it's only going into one antenna, and this is just for it to be as low profile as possible while still maintaining a nice diversity change. So obviously I'm using whips on the other. Here I've got my CL1. Now the CL1 is a bit of a unique product, which I really love. It has Logic in and out, so occasionally if I'm on a cart, I will use Logic to record the file straight to the laptop. This also has ability to use a PS2 keyboard, which is a little bit easier sometimes. And I really like this the physical on-off switch. Record on-off switch on the CL1. It just makes things a lot easier and a lot more visible to check, especially in bright sunlight, than having the red record button, flash up. It's a lot more reliable seeing the switch up. Cool, so this is my recorder. Now let's move on. Okay, cool. So firstly, I've got a WS4 Windjammer for 416s, so Sennheisers and Sanken CS3Es, incredibly reliable. We've got the Windjammer for that, the fur for that as well. Okay, moving on, we have got my smart slate, so my ambient smart slate. Let's get this out. Cool. It's got a nice orange neon glow on it, so you can see it in the dark, which I really love. Super reliable. I'll just keep it in my case just in case client wants to pay a little bit more for a smart slate. It's funny, they always do. Cool. I've got my headphones, which are Sennheiser HD25s, I'm under the impression. Cool. I have my Orca harness. Now I have a bunch of lav mounting elements in here. So I've got, obviously you can see the tape, I've got Hyder mics, I've got underneath here Ursa foamies, I've got tons of like Ursa mini mounts, tons of different tapes in here. It's incredibly reliable. I keep this on me at all times. Cool, moving on, we have got my IDX charger and 3 extra NP1 batteries, including the 2 others. I've got the charger cable, and then to the bottom here you can see that we have got 3 full XLRs ranging from 2 so ranging from 5 to 10 meters. We have got just a rain cover just for the recorder, just in case it ever does rain. To the back here, hiding away, we've got a single Sanken CUB. If you guys don't know, this is the boundary mic from Sanken. Really good for car shots. You can get a really clear sound. Sounds beautiful, like an incredible condenser mic, especially if you're close to talent. Cool, okay, so now moving on, we have got these Ursa waist straps. Super great. These have great grip, and always come out of the wash feeling great. Like, I used to have a bunch of what is this? To have a bunch of other waist straps, the Neopax waist straps, and every time I took them out of the wash, they would just peel, and they'd feel shit. But these feel incredible after you take them out of the wash. And yeah, I just really love them. They're so low profile. They're great to work with. Moving on here, now this is a bit of a weird thing. I've got some gaffer tape, obviously that's our currency, and I've got my Schoeps little little pop filter in there, just hiding. Cool. Now in here, in this little bag here, I have got all of my Ambient Boxes in here and all the cables associated with it. So you got the red, you've got RE, you've got just normal BNC cables, all of that jazz. Cool. Now tons of batteries. There's probably about 60 or 70 batteries in here. Keep tons of AA batteries on me at all times, as well as rechargeable batteries. Now, there's not many rechargeable batteries just because I use these mostly to test things as opposed to actually use them. Moving on here, we've got this little Kathmandu bag, which contains 2 rechargeable AA battery chargers, which I love. Super easy. I actually use Kathmandu for a lot of my bags. This is actually Kathmandu. Super reliable and just fits so well in the case, so I really love them. Cool, now I've got a bunch of cables hiding on the bottom here. So I've got so this is a digital in-out cable, really used for when I want to use more than 2 QRXs, but it's super reliable. Got a bunch of in and out cables just kind of scattered everywhere. Mostly what I'd need on set, your TA3 outs and your TA5 outs as well. Cool, so underneath here I've got a bunch of media in here, as well as your CF card readers and just a bunch of other stuff like that. Now moving on, we have got my Sanken CS3E. This is my favorite microphone of all time. This is probably the first piece of sound kit I ever got, and I absolutely love this mother so much. It's such a beautiful microphone. Keep it in incredible condition at all times. Cool. Now I've got in here, it's another Kathmandu case, and we've got, I know it's so messy, we've got 2 ERXs in here. Cool. We've got 2 ERXs, there's one underneath there, and a bunch of cables associated with it, with feeding camera links. Cool. Now moving on, we have 2 other Kathmandu cases that have my Zaxcom 900LAs and my Zaxcom 900AAs. Even though these are really old transmitters, I just love them. I think that they're super reliable, and they still come with a lot of the Zaxcom features that are still featured in the products today. So I just love them so much. Underneath we've got Sankens, and also in here, scattered in here, we've got the antennas for the receivers and transmitters, just to make it easy. Cool, and the very last thing is my Schoeps CMC 641 in its very tattered box, but still in its lovely in its lovely hard wooden box. I love this microphone so much. I'll just leave that out for the minute. And so now you can see that this is actually everything that is contained within this. Just as a reference point, look at that. Look how much content that you can fit in this Pelican case. So again, this is the 1637. I love this case so much. I honestly don't go onto any shoot without it.